I was eating ice cream this morning when I realized it wasn't ice cream I was eating, but in fact it was a jar of mayonnaise. And that got me thinking. Good day, you absolute legends. I am freaking bored right now. I am literally so bored. I'm waiting for this expedition to start. I'm waiting for new content to come into the game. I mean, I am literally just sat here waiting. I actually feel like I'm going a little bit stir crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, sure, you know what? I could go ahead and build a base. I could actually keep myself quite entertained by doing these missions that, you know, everyone does on like weekends and things like that in the Nexus. But you know what? I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I want to be unique. I want to do something special. I want to eat myself a bowl of cereal in the morning without having to dribble the milk like I'm dribbling soup. I want to make friends with a freaking squirrel. I'd call him Roger the squirrel. I don't know why. I think squirrels are cute. I think they're small, fuzzy little animals that demand our love and attention. I want a little squirrel called Roger. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm losing it. I think I have literally gone insane at this point in time. I mean, waiting for these updates in between when it's just so absolutely dead quiet in No Man's Sky, it really does take its toll on a man. I'm not gonna lie. I find myself staring at my shoelaces whenever I jump on this game. I mean, not that, you know, these players have shoelaces, but I look at my shoelaces anyway, and I wonder, if there were shoelaces in the game, how would I tie them? I mean, these are legitimate questions. If we had shoelaces in the freaking game, how would we tie them? Unless you're in VR and have a fancy setup where you're able to meticulously try and tie shoelaces, how would you tie shoelaces in the game? What, just look down at your feet and press E? Or look down at your feet and press A? Or triangle or square or whatever the freaking button is that you press on your fancy consoles? I mean, what would you do? Just look, press, and off you go. And what happens if you don't tie your shoelaces in the game? I mean, would you walk 2 feet, trip over, and like, you know, break a bone or something? I mean, these are all questions. Now, another thing that I wonder is whenever I go around the Anomaly and I see, like, you know, just the travelers in the Anomaly, the astronaut-looking guys, I always wonder, what do they actually look like underneath the helmet? What is the man behind the mask? What do they look like? I mean, I can just imagine that they all just look like Sean Murray. Or literally, you take the helmet off and it's the most abysmal thing you've ever seen. I mean, is it a guy with a beard and a mustache? Or is it literally just a black hole? Just like how my father left me when I was only 5 years old and I was waiting for him to come back from the shop for cigarettes and milk, and he never ever returned. I'm still waiting to put milk in my cereal. But in the day, ladies and gentlemen, who knows what's behind the mask? But you know what, I think in a future update, maybe it would be nice to have like characters that we could like open up the veils of the mask and show whatever's behind there. I mean, that would be really cool, you know, have like a decluttered helmet. I mean, that would be cool, a helmet without the visor. I mean, seriously, think about it. And don't even get me started on NPCs. I mean, what exactly do they do all day? They literally just stand there. I mean, seriously, if they was part of a union, they would get serious human or, you know, alien rights violations. I'm assuming there must be some kind of galactic violation code somewhere. I mean, there must be a union. I mean, the NPC Union, let's talk about this. I mean, seriously, if they have to stand there all day, every day, and they don't get to move around, or at least even, you know, take a sit-down break, I mean, seriously, I mean, how do they do it? I mean, are they just forced against their will to stand there day in, day out and interact with every single person that plays the game without any break, without any compensation? Do they even get paid? Now, that's my question. Do they get paid in units, nanites, Quicksilver? Do they get paid for the job that they're doing? I don't think so. I think they are literally forced to stand there like some kind of cruel game, and they're just there for our amusement at the end of the day, and they just give out missions and give out quests. But what do they get in return? Do they get love? Do they get, you know, the resounding joy of giving a traveler the same quest is given to 50,000 other travelers? Or does he just feel nothing inside? Does he literally just have to stand there day in, day out and wishing and dreaming? Does he dream? Now, do NPCs dream? Do they dream of freedom? Do they dream that one day they can run across an alien landscape, a grassy field? Now, these are questions that do need answers, ladies and gentlemen. Is it when we exit the game and there's no one in the Anomaly, do they all just finally think, oh my god, thank god that's over with, and they all get to sit down, or they all get to go through the teleporter and they go back home and, you know, go and have dinner or something? I mean, who knows? Who knows what happens when there's no one there? It's like, you know, when there's a forest and a tree, but there's no one like around, and the tree falls down, and does it make a sound? Does the tree make a sound if it falls down on the ground? Who knows? Because no one's ever not been around when the tree's falling down. Does it make a sound? I mean, these are all questions. Questions need answers. Another thing as well is, while we're speaking about teleporters as well, I mean, what physically happens to your character when it's going through the teleporter? Because if you ever think about it, yeah, if we go through a teleporter with your ship, so obviously you fly from one part of the galaxy to the next, or planet to the next, or whatever the case may be, and we go to a different system, basically you get to see your ship flying through the warp whole thing, and you arrive on the other side. You know what happens. However, whenever you use the teleporter in the back of the Anomaly or in the space station, you run through it as your character, but then that's it. It's nothingness. I mean, what happens to the character? Are you literally just behind the camera that you see, and he's just like flying around going yippee-ki-yay, or are you completely disintegrated into nothing? Literally just bits of information traveling from one end to the point to another end of a point, but then you're completely reconstructed on the other end. I mean, I can imagine that being quite painful. I'm not gonna lie. That could possibly be the most painful experience anybody can ever imagine, and it happened just so simultaneously. I mean, what happens when you get to the other side? Does your mind get wiped of the whole experience, so then you don't actually realize you're just disintegrated and then reanimated at the exact same time? And the absolute horror of that happening, that could leave a mental scar in anybody, and then no doubt the share of pain that could leave on you. I mean, there must be some kind of memory wiping or something going on. And on top of all that, if you are disintegrated and then reanimated, what happens to your soul? Does your soul just kind of get traveled with you in the bits of information, or does it just kind of like just disintegrate with it as well? So technically, while you're going through this, you don't exist and you exist at the exact same time. My God, this is literally some Bill Nye the Science Guy kind of stuff here, and we need to find this information out right now. Mr. Murray, if you're watching this, please can you leave me a comment in the comment section down below and tell me what happens to a traveler's soul when you're traveling through these gates, these warps. I mean, this is serious stuff here, people. So yeah, these are the kind of thoughts that I have when I'm absolutely bored in a game. I literally sit down, contemplate, and I just think about all of these really crazy things. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I should belong in a padded room somewhere, but you know what, I'm playing No Man's Sky instead, so I guess that's pretty much the same thing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is everything from me here today. I thought we've all had a bit of a laugh today. This is just meant to be a bit of satirical comedy, but yeah, at the end of the day, let me know what you think about this. Comment section down below, you know what to do. Anyway, that's everything from me here today, and as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.